Heading into 2025, the film at the top of my most anticipated movies list was Mickey 17, the latest flick from acclaimed South Korean filmmaker Bong Joon-ho. This was primarily because the director has consistently delivered some of my favorite movies over the course of the past decade. So coming off his Best Director, Best Original Screenplay, and Best Picture wins at the Oscars for his 2019 film Parasite, a lot of us fans were eager to see what he was cooking up next. But does his latest film live up to expectations? Or is this a rare stinker in an otherwise impeccable filmography? Hi guys, Michael Abayomi here, and today I'm reviewing Mickey 17. Set in the distant future, the movie follows Mickey Barnes, a down-on-his-luck man who enlists to join a group of interplanetary colonizers as an expendable. As the job title suggests, he's basically considered fodder for all of the colony's dangerous missions and experiments. The catch is that each time he dies, a clone of his gets reprinted with all of his memories intact. But when they prematurely print out an extra clone, the titular Mickey 17 must contend with his new, more aggressive self, as well as the chaos surrounding the development. At first glance, Mickey 17 appears to be nothing more than a retread of the brilliant 2009 science fiction movie, Moon. After all, both movies feature a setup where a man is engaged in a dangerous walk off-world, and what happens to that man when he inadvertently meets a carbon copy of himself. But in truth, that is where the similarities end, because Mickey 17 grapples with even more themes beyond the questionable ethics of human cloning. Fans of Bong Joon-ho's other works will no doubt spot recurring motifs like a rebuke of the mistreatment of animals or the widening divide between the haves and the have-nots. There were likewise allusions made to the modern-day political landscape, which served as an overall critique of the politicians themselves, as well as the role the media plays in helping peddle their propaganda. But it is ultimately left to the viewer to draw out whatever message they happen to find most resonant, so I wouldn't be surprised if others picked up on even more themes. Speaking of politicians, it wouldn't be a Bong Joon-ho production if we didn't get a cast filled with oddball characters. We of course had Tilda Swinton's Minister Mason in Snowpiercer, as well as Jake Gyllenhaal's Johnny Wilcox in Okja. And here, the one that would no doubt have people buzzing is Mark Ruffalo's turn as Kenneth Marshall, a performance that is so derivative of Donald Trump, specifically his speech and mannerisms, that it might as well have been an SNL sketch.
Now that the memory is gone, which body goes first? One at a time is twice the fun.
To be clear, I have no issue with parody in films, nor do I particularly care which politicians a filmmaker or actor chooses to ridicule in their movies. But when those jokes are this on the nose or heavy-handed, it is hard to find them to be anything other than distasteful. Thankfully, most of the other jokes and gags in the movie manage to land just fine, without resorting to cheap below-the-belt theatrics. Similarly, the other actors gave adequate performances, including Robert Pattinson, who showcased his broad range and great comedic timing as the various Mickeys. It also helps that the film looks great, and is competently shot and edited, allowing for a relatively smooth viewing experience that never started to drag or overstay its welcome. Mickey 17 is a funny and thought-provoking take on a well-worn science fiction trope. It could also be considered a political satire, although how much enjoyment to glean out of its gags probably hinges on what side of the political aisle you happen to fall. Bong Joon-ho has already shown that he has a deft handling of how to craft strong, resonant social commentary, and there's certainly plenty of that to be had here. So while it might not be his strongest outing, Mickey 17 is nonetheless another essential watch for fans of his previous work. I'll give the film an 8 out of 10. Will you be checking out Mickey 17? Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed watching this review, and to subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on if you'd like to see more reviews like this in the future. And until the next one, this is Michael, signing off.